Listen, OT with speed P's, 2 2s and 3 fleeing, no L's, this R2.
Nobel to Ali, Mozart, Mozambique, Van Gogh with that tool. Now that's out the way. I'm Self Almighty, 7 paces, activists off in that Avis, 740s in the Caker. Methadone wafers, razors got me skipping class. Calculator weigh a bill, 50 clip a crip rag. Mason brick bag, whip got a 6 90 up to 94, 80s in a script pad. Check a dip cab, raps let the tip tab, sit and let us get cash in traffic with the zip stash. Nigga, Grand Chic 200 Mark D, Act 3, freedom, justice, love, truth, all peace. This for them soldiers in the east, front liner on the ground in these streets.
What up, though? This your man, 7 the General. We in Detroit right now, and you watching Theorematic. You know, my story a little different though, you know, because, you know, when Detroit music was popping out, as far as the rap, I was locked up. Like when I was home, it was Monty Ski, Detroit's Most Wanted. It was more like Smiley, The Boss, you know, them kind of people. We didn't really have, you know, them was our celebrities at the time, you know. But when I got locked up, I missed that entire era of Eminem and the hip hop shop and all that. But when I came home, they all embraced me. You know what I'm saying? They gave me love like you really had missed your era. So they just started showing me love, even down to D12. But how I got started really was battle rapping in prison. You know, I started off when I first got to prison. I was nervous. I was scared. I was terrified. I didn't want to be there. I wasn't supposed to be there. You know, that's a whole nother story. But when I got there, I realized it was guys just as young as me and they were scared too. So rapping was like an outlet, an exercise. I didn't really know how to hoop. I was on crutches when I went to prison. So because I broke my knee, sports wasn't my thing. So rapping was it. And you know, what happened was this guy from Flint, shout out Youngblood, but he challenged me, and at the time he lost because I got the last rap. You know how sometimes the guy with the last rap is the dopest, you know what I'm saying? And he lost because it was chow time, it was time to go to eat. And when they called it over to PA, I used that in my bar. I became a legend in prison ever since then. And I never lost a battle ever in prison, ever. Not one, to nobody. Shout out to all the guys from Flint, rappers and everything, but that's pretty much how I got started. You know, it was freestyling before I went to prison, and then once I went to prison, I was still freestyling, battle rapping. There was a guy named Pee Wee, and Pee Wee, shout out to Shaka and Yusuf Shakur. They all told me, you need to write that stuff down. And once I started writing it down, to be honest, I was garbage. It was horrible. Like the things that I thought I was saying from the freestyle wasn't correlating on the paper. It wasn't getting there. So I had to learn to read and, you know, study things. And then I realized too, when I started reading and studying things, that I was only rapping that. You know, if you don't make these things a part of your life and who you are, I read the dictionary because I heard Corrupt do New York, New York. I'm like, yo, I don't know where he got that from, but I need to do this. So I read the dictionary, and I wrote a rap right after. And the whole rap sounded like, yeah, I read the dictionary. And I said to myself at that point, I said, you have to make words like dichotomy, and that's just a word that, you know, I threw out there, but words like that, I had to make it a part of my everyday vocabulary. If not, you can't just use that in a rap because it's gonna sound like you're just using it in a rap. So prison is pretty much where I got my start and learned to really respect all other rappers in the craft about it.
I'm from the D, from where niggas get off. We known for burning off that old base and bagging that soft. We get off, yeah, nigga.
You know what's crazy is, I really didn't think rapping was really an outlet in Detroit, to be honest with you. So, of course, this is 2003 when I come home from prison. I went in 94, I came home in 03. So I'm 27, and at the time I'm like, shit, man, ain't nobody making no money off no rap in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have no kids at the time, so I really don't have an urgency to, you know, provide for myself because I'm still with my family, but at the same time, I'm a grown man. I'm like, man, that rap is a dream. So I went and got a job. I was working for DTE. I was reading the meters. You know what I'm saying? And I went through the training and everything. And one day they switched the supervisor. It was about what you call it, seniority. I'm the last on the totem pole. I got restrictions because I'm on parole. They know I'm on, on parole, but that ain't the point. The point is I got restrictions. You can't be around this, you can't be around that, you can't go to this. So they started hating that because they not getting their bonuses at the station. So they started hoeing me, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like, and then my partners I was rapping with, my manager, my my rap partner at the time was like, nigga, you got a job, but you gonna have to be tired. I'm like, tired? No, nigga, I gotta go to work. I'm not gonna be at the club tired, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to work. But when they said that, it made a lot of sense. Like, you either gonna work or you gonna rap. So when the job kind of put me in a position to ask me like, you want us to fire you or you want us to, or you want to quit? What? What kind of question is that? So I literally went home, discussed it with my family, and they was talking about, getting your unemployment. So I was like, y'all fire me. You know what I'm saying? And they fired me. And I got my unemployment, and I've been rapping ever since then. I ain't never looked back. I ain't never got a check. To this day, I take care of my family and myself off of music from that day forward. Like, I was like, okay, it's a wrap, because this Marvin ain't gonna last but a couple months. So what I'm gonna do? And I started charging for my appearances, you know what I'm saying, being in shows, and I started charging features. I thought it was some kind of special trick you had to do. You just gotta say, I'm not gonna do it unless you pay me, period. Like, you really gotta say, I'm not gonna do it unless you pay me, because I really was in a position where I didn't have to do it unless you paid me. So from that, I guess guys started respecting the fact that, you got a little talent, and I'll pay you for it because you garnishing a little, you gathering a little audience from the Murder City. It was a documentary that I did about Detroit, where I talked about being in prison and fighting and different stuff that it kind of grew a life of its own and went viral like before viral was viral. So it went viral in the street, and that's where they know me from. And to me, it's one of the best things for them to know me from, because it gives me the ability to constantly give them music without them judging me from your music. They only judge me from the Murder City. Like, yo, I know you from. It's good.
In the middle of a visit on my pivot to distribute narcotics, amphetamines, and let you through the system. Tell the victim, the counselor, judge, and staff.
Yeah, like, I really got like 8, but it's like I got 6 on Spotify. Like, I made one, my first project I ever made was in prison. We recorded it on the sneak. My man had a DAP machine. We recorded it on a stage, not in the booth, with a mic with just a little, windscreen on it. Me and my dude Face, Diamond. And that was it, man. When I did that, like, when I came home, my first goal was to actually see a product. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to see my face, on a CD or a tape, and hear my lyrics on it just to listen back to it for myself. And then when I did that, I'm like, okay, my next goal is I want to hear myself on the radio. When you hear yourself on the radio, I never forget Mary J. Blige said she heard herself on the radio and she was still living in the project. Well, I heard myself on the radio multiple times and I was still living on 7 Mile. You know what I'm saying? But it was exhilarating as coming from nothing to that, you know what I'm saying? So
started in grammar school, a couple dollars and a beeper to them title, telling niggas told the teacher. I'm eating, got him searching and sweeping like a niggas.
But it was Nick Speed who said, I want to hear 7. And he didn't force me to do a bunch of features, and he didn't make it feel like, yo, you working with me, so we need to get Danny Brown, we need to get, you know what I'm saying, this. He like, if you want to get Danny Brown, you can get Danny Brown, that's your man. You cool with him, I'm cool with him. If you want him, if you see a song that we need to feature him on, we'll do it. If not, then we'll get him next time. I had never worked with nobody like that, so when I worked with Speed, it was like, man, we created a baby. Like, he literally let me do whatever I wanted to do, and I did it. And look back and seeing how he crafted it as a producer, because as a rapper, you rap. I got a bunch of raps. I rap, I got a bunch of ideas, and I give them to him, and to see him throw it back at me, damn near you know what I'm saying, put together exactly in my mind how I wanted it. I couldn't ask for nothing better. So in my mind, like, Speed is the person who led me into being a solo artist. Even though I had 5 projects or 4 projects before that, like I say, man, let me go get my dude Stretch Money, because that's my guy. Let me go get Hurt. Let me go get Super MC. Let me go get, you know what I'm saying, all these different dudes, because I needed that cushion, because I was only used to writing my one verse. Like I say, with him helping my direction and having his own idea of what we need to do anyway, he guided it. Before that, it's like, man, we just make a song. We rap. Put the beat on, dog. Get my homeboy. Let's go in there.
Nothing compares to this. Supanaka, Rabil, Allah, Hamdiki. I be somewhere with Fadiki talking Geechee. Nigga. Look how they...
Yeah, R2 with Nick Speed. It's fully produced by Nick Speed. I'm down there. I'm like one song from being done. We got like maybe 20, 25 songs. But we only work with like 8 or 10. We only release 8 or 10. And I'm the kind of cat, I don't like to go back. So from the first album, I'm never gonna put them songs on this new album. I gotta make all fresh music. And Nick Speed got a let 7 do 7 die platform, you know what I'm saying? So I basically have put together what I feel is art too. Like, ain't no part 2s to no songs, but it's like the flip side of everything. So basically, whatever you heard on art, however you looked at it in the first place, when you hear this, it's gonna be the entire flip. It's the night. Like if art 1 was the day, then this is the night. If art 1 was night to you, then this is the day. It's the same thing. You're gonna hear it. I tried to do I tried to do a story, man, from front to back. Like, you know, shout out Kendrick Lamar, but that was my idea. My idea was for this art album, the original one, and this one, to tell a story from front to back. And if you listen to it, if you listen to art 1, it actually is telling you a story about how I went from one thing to another, but I don't really put it together like that. But this album, this time, you're gonna actually understand why 7 is like he is.
Licks and Joe smoking that caddy through them doors, hit the corner, cold smoked them. I miss my door free on my...
Yep, you know, when you get a chance, make sure you check out that art 1. Art 2 is definitely on the way. I don't want to give you a specific date because it is what it is. Music come when music comes. But you can check out Glaze, the movie is coming also. I got St. Aubin, the movie. You can check out the Murder City documentary. All of that, man. I love to be visual because I feel like this is the best platform, you know, for a person like me to get at you. You dig?
Now that's out the way. I'm Silver Almighty 730. Quarter brick of Mr. Furley. Had me in the kitchen early. Dishes dirty by the grand worth of residue. Bird flu. Just give a fuck what the weather do. Alibaba and the 40 thieves. 40 days, 40 nights on the door with no sleep. Mr. Muhammad study.